we're live. Hey guys, what is up? Good day to you. We are another freaking A, yo. Another day, another dollar, right? Another generation, a few more tokens that we are generating. Good to see you all. This cup of coffee I'm drinking.
We're live.
Hey guys, honor y'all. Oh, there I am in the background. We are let's go ahead and mute that. Always good to know though that that's working. So interesting though. I'm curious about how this has. There we go. If I open that up a little bit, that keeps that there. That is the spot right there. All right, we're gonna keep that there. Good to see you guys. So Mike K is number one. Mike is becoming a champ at being number one here, first one in there. He takes it as an honor, and it's an honor to have you be number one again, Mike, who was one of our star members here. So Mike, hats off to you. Good to see you, brother. We also have 9-layer Nige, who is here. 9, of course, always putting together the fantastic always putting there. Your volume just went up, I bet. Always putting together fantastic videos. 9, we ain't had nothing in a while. You got to put out some videos for us, brother. I'm starting to get the shakes because we need some more. We need some more videos from 9. So good to see him as well. Also, one of our star members. So BGG. So actually, this one's you, Nige. Got to make sure to take the hat off for you. BGG's here. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Always good to see you. He's got like it always looks like a yellow banana is his avatar, but I think it's a pencil. No, it's a square with a triangle on top of it. I don't know what it says, but anyways, I'm always happy to say BGG. He says, "What's up, cowboy?" And it's Monday with Gary, and it is. It's Monday. So we're going to be taking a look at the week. I tell you, these weeks go by so fast, and then the weekends come up, and they're like, whoa. A little bit. I get a little bit by the weekend, but got that constant drive to be creating and putting new stuff. Okay, we're gonna start really quickly here as usual. But we're gonna be running our Wacky Races. Yo, what's up? The Wacky Race is on. Oh, it cracks me up. I like these guys the best. That's like the Captain Caveman. Of course, it's number one, so of course I'm gonna like it the best. But Captain Caveman. Very cool stuff. So obviously we're shooting for number one spot, but if you make it anywhere on the list, you've done a good job. So we're gonna be having that. The race has officially started. I bet BGG has popped up. He's spoke twice already. Oh yeah, look at that. See, BGG starts off the fast race up into number one spot. And then we've got Mike K there at number 2, and 9-layer Nige is rocking at number 3. So it's a great start to the Wacky Races. Okay, I'm going to show you some. We're going to start with a little something I got in the mail here. This is actually kind of funny. I never get mail, right? So I live this hermit life where no one knows I exist, and So anyways, this box came in, and I'd forgotten about this. So it says, I looked at it, it's like, who the hell is this from? I get nervous. I'm gonna be honest. Like, mail comes in and it's official. I'm just like, what did I do wrong? What bad news am I waiting for? So I'm like, the unexpected typically is not always wanted. But I looked at it, and what did it say? It said, just from UPS. I guess it didn't say anything on the inside, but I opened it up and look what it was on the inside. Hey, I got a box from YouTube. So YouTube has finally recognized my genius for all that it is. Sent me, something just popped up, a box. Okay, so evidently this is one of those YouTube perks. So for being a YouTube member with an outstanding channel, I want to think that it's for actually having an outstanding channel, but it might just be for having a channel. Anyway, send me some stuff. And, here it is. The partner perks. Lights, camera, action. You've scored a limited edition. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. just for valued partners like me. I'm a valued partner, my gosh. This one-of-a-kind item is our special thank you for all your hard work and creativity. We'd love to see it in your next video. Show us the magic, the bloopers, everything in between. Yo, lots of bloopers. Okay, so don't forget to tag YouTube creators and YouTube partner packs. So anyways, this is what it is. If you're ready. I know, I'm keeping the suspense. Dun, 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 dun. So they sent me a clapper board, all right? So, there it is. And I even got a pen. Okay, so we all like this. We all like, scene 1, get going fast, all right? And then we'll be like, video, yo mama, take 1. All right, guys, we're gonna be doing the Wacky Races here, starting now. Let's get it, take 1. All right, and we'll come back later. We're like, all right, guys, Wacky Races. Can we get it right? Take 41. All right, so anyway, so that's just a little thing of appreciation they gave. So that's cool. The actually, how that works is that you get to choose. I wanted a T-shirt and a hat, but by the time I got around to actually paying attention to this, then all the T-shirts and hats were gone. So I got the next best thing, and I think I'm getting a free Subway sandwich too. So there you go. Anyway, thank you, YouTube, for. Thank you for acknowledging me here. Now, acknowledge me with an algorithm boost. That would be, I'll trade you the clapperboard for an algorithm boost. But, good to have that. And you guys, thanks, man. Thanks for making it happen. Okay, let's see what everyone says here. Mate, you were late recognizing, YouTube's late recognizing my genius. Yes, they are. Hey, Simple Tech AI is here. Good to see you. To you, yo. Clapperboard. Whoa, Mike says, yay, clapperboard. Cool, I want one. 9-layer Niges, keep grinding away, yo. What's up? All right. So, all right. That's what we've got. It's too funny. All right. Any rate, get myself respectable looking here. It isn't going to happen. We spend all day getting myself respectable looking. Ain't going to happen. Let's rock into the weekly review. I need to get some sound. If you guys want to make a sound for this where we can be like the weekly review and it goes weekly review or something like that, some kind of flash screen that I can run, that'd be great. Send it to me and we'll give you credit for it. All right, so let's get into the week. It's one of these things where I feel, I do a lot during the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week, I'm getting caught up in other projects, and so I feel like, oh, I didn't get a lot done. But really, there wasn't a ton of stuff, but there was a lot that happened. So let's start with start with this. This is probably the biggest find of the week. The WAN 2.2 14B Rapid All-in-One, the perfect starting point for all creators, model manager installation. This is cool. Notice we got more Taylor Swift kissing Ninja Turtles, which, for my money, you just can't get enough of. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this bad mamma jamma up. A comfy UI screen. Actually, better do this here. Make sure there's nothing bad on there. Sometimes I'm working on projects for people or doing stuff, and I'm like, don't want it to pop up what I've been working on. All right. Anyway, let's see. Okay. This actually was the Fusion X workflow. I'm going backwards to Fusion X a bit. I'll actually talk a bit about this on the look forward part. I'm really working on a project to do with Fusion X right now that it's been a little bit frustrating, but hopefully we're going to get. So let's, where did this all-in-one go? I'm going to pull up the all-in-one. Sorry, I should have had this ready. Okay, here it is. So this is the all-in-one workflow. This is great. I love this. This is the best workflow that I have found. You know, actually should load up WAN 2GP as well. There's another thing that this is making me think I want to show you, because I'm all about trying to get fast. I'm all about trying to get fast generations. Like, I don't want to spend 5 minutes on one generation. I want to spend no more than a minute and a half on it. So that's kind of my greedy side, I guess. Where did I put this at? Got my nose is itching, which means I'm going to kiss a fool. Did any of you guys have grandmas or anything that said that about? My grandma used to say that. All right, mine is my grandma name. As you know, grandma, my dad's grandma. She was a bit older than the other ones. She was born in the 20s, maybe before the 20s. Anyway, okay, so I'm loading that. Anyway, so this is the all-in-one. I like this. This is great. This is the easiest way to get into WAN 2.2. As far as I'm concerned, it has everything you need. It's got, you just put your prompt here. These are bypassed at the start. Okay, to unbypass these things, you can just click. And then if you want to do multiple ones, you take this hand right here and just hit the control button. And then you can highlight multiple things. And then you just press Control B. And that's going to bypass those. And then you can press them to bypass. But basically, while those are bypassed, it's text to video. So easy. All you need is the one file. There is no VAE that you have to worry about. There's no text encoder you have to worry about. There's no upscaler you have to worry about. It's all baked in. And they've baked in some good, what's the word I'm looking for? LoRa's as well. So they baked in the 8-step stuff so that it actually goes fairly fast. They've got two different models. They've got this one, and then they've got the NSFW one. Okay, so if you want to do your boobies, you can do NSFW. Now, I have discovered the difference between these two models is that pretty much the NSFW is going to be people. So if you want to do a picture of, I don't know what you want a picture of a sexy cat, that's like a cartoon cat, you're going to go with the normal one, right? Because if you put sexy cat girl, you know, like it's Halloween, right? So all the girls are like, you know, it actually is kind of funny. Halloween, I could picture like the girls' Halloween section. It's like we got slutty witch, slutty cat, you know, slutty cowgirl. So you know, so it's all the same iteration. It's just like sexy this, sexy. So anyway, so say you're doing like sexy cat girl or something like that, and you did it with the normal model. Okay, it actually might be like a cartoon cat. If you do the NSFW model, even if you're trying to prompt it as a cartoon, it's going to come out most likely as a person. Okay, so that's kind of the difference between these models. Landscapes really aren't going to change, but it really has to do with the LoRa's that are thrown in there. So now this doesn't have, I want you to notice the out of box does not come with a LoRa's. Speaking of which, again, the models have the LoRa's baked in, but what you can do is if we just move this, if we just move these things out of the way, okay, we can right click here and we can go over here to add node. And if you're using the installation that you get from Get Going Fast, which is at comfy.getgoingfast.pro, if you go to there, this is free. This is the best, guys. I've been told this. I don't want to pat my own back, okay? But I've been told this is the best installation there is out there. So it's the one I use all the time. I keep it updated. But if you're using this one, point being, you'll already have in here this RG3 installed. Okay. Now you can just go here to this LoRa loader stack. This is great. Okay. Notice what it does is it gives you ability to use multiple LoRa's in here. LoRa 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Made me think of a girl all of a sudden. I'm like, Laura. 'Laura. 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 ' the female type, but this one you want multiple ones, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and really to connect them, all you got to do is you take your load checkpoint. I mean, here, what you could do is just move these things down. You could do this. Put this bad boy here, just kind of keep the flow going. All right, and then you could do something like this. You take the model and connect it to here, resume, then connect that. So all we're doing is we're just adding it into the middle of an existing flow, right? So it's models now, instead of going straight to here, it's going to here, then through here, and then we got to run these clips. So this is where it's nice if you have a bigger screen, but notice the load checkpoint, the clip is going to here. Well, we're going to run it to here, and then we're going to run it out. Okay, and then also notice it's got a second one going down here. Well, we're going to run a second one to here. So we're basically, it's like if you have a hose with water going through it, we're just cutting that hose and we're putting a separate piece in there and then connect it on both sides. Okay, so anyway, the point being, the models already have LoRa's put in there, but here's a way that you can actually add your own LoRa's as well. Okay, and what were we talking about? Something about sexy cat girls or something like that. The bottom line is all you need is these two models. If you want to do people and sexy people, use the NSFW. If you want to get cartoons, whatnot, use the other. And these all work with external WAN 2.1 and WAN 2.2 LoRa. So it's fantastic. As usual, I always suggest like you put this down to something like 480 by 480, just for the sake of speed. If you really want to get it small and say, so you can go down to 256, and then you're pumping out probably 45-second stuff. But anyway, you got these. Now, if you want to do image to video, you got this. Okay, this one right here is necessary. It must be unbypassed. But if you just want image to video, just undo these two things, okay? And that will be image to video as is, okay? If you want to do first frame, last frame, then you undo this one as well, okay? So then now you've got, it's going to start here, it's going to go here, and then it's going to do it. It's literally that simple. And then you want to go back to whatever, pop back there, okay? And this is the Mega Rapid AOI Mega. This is awesome. This is the best, easiest WAN 2.2. Now, obviously, there are more in detail WAN 2.2 workflows out there. And as you get deeper into it, you'll be like, oh, I want to upscale the eyes, and I want this. And, you in my world, the way I see it is you start with the basic. You start with a rough draft, and I want to get it done fast. I want to figure out what I want. And then after I get it, then you start to add in the stuff that adds time. So obviously there are other workflows out there that are more detailed, but this is the starting place, okay? And this is the extremely noob friendly version of this. So thumbs up. Great one for the week. And again, like this is text to video. Okay. Let me see really quickly if I have any. I create so much stuff during the week and then I end up throwing it out because I get a little bit overwhelmed with the too much generation. Okay, here's another Taylor Swift kissing a Ninja Turtle. This is image to video. Okay. All right, so that other one, we got, that's text to video. And it actually, I use the same prompt every time on these, by the way. So that's, and I'm always trying to get the action and the emotion. So that one actually got it. This one, is so gross. That's too funny. It gets it, but not quite. So anyway, obviously, whatever. All right, let's go back here and read our comments real quick. BGG is going hard for number one here. Mike, Nige, Simple Tech, you guys better get on. This guy is like killing the Wacky Race at the moment. But okay, BGG says You put a smile on my face. Well, thank you so much. You too. Oh, he doesn't. WAN AIO 2.2 is not good in my humble opinion. Oh, well, interesting. Be interested to hear why. He has totally trippy results. BG says he uninstalled Pinocchio. You are right. It is the S word, and it is the S word. Guys, don't do Pinocchio. Okay, so I spent a bunch of time last week with 2 or 3 different people cleaning up their system for Pinocchio. Okay, so what it does is it installs extra versions of stuff. I want to show you really quickly. Just we're on a side note here. Now we're into teaching mode now. I want to see if I have this image here. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to show this to you really quickly. Look at this total garbage thing. So this is your environmental variables on Pinocchio, right? So you've got Python 3.12, Python 3.13, you got a bunch of CUDAs in here. There's Python 3.10, you got some more CUDAs. You see all this redundant stuff. And then people are like, oh, I don't understand why my Python's not working. I don't understand why it's like, because you have so many conflicting dependencies that you're trying to call Python, but it's calling this one, or in this context, it's calling this one, and in this context, it's calling that one. And then you're trying to use Conda, but it's like Conda has like 3 locations that are registered in your computer, and how does it know which one to go to? And so that's what Pinocchio does. Pinocchio is like a way of saying, I don't want to set up my computer, just do it for me. And it goes, okay, we'll do it for you for this app. And now we'll set up your computer for this app. And now we'll set up your computer for this app. It doesn't look at itself. It's not a holistic view. And it craps us out. And I spent over an hour on someone's system the other day, literally just having to clean out stuff so that Conda would work. And even after uninstalling and installing it, I had to go in there and manually delete stuff. I had to go in there and manually change the environmental variables. It's an ugly thing, and it is to be avoided. So thanks for pointing that out, DGG. Appreciate that. All right, if you guys are still there, be sure to speak up, pop in, let me know you're still there. All right, let's move forward. Oh, I guess we could play this video. This is another WAN 2.2 video. Not high quality, but this is first frame, last frame stuff. Oh, more Ninja Turtles. Oh, this is so gross. That one I almost didn't want. This is actually really good. Oh, it's so gross. But it was good. And this girl wears 2 pairs of sunglasses. So this is all using that AIO stuff. Okay. Let's move forward here. All right, funny thing. What will be the impact of AI on business? It's too big to put into words. So here's an image I created. It's a cheetah wearing a jetpack while inventing electricity and fire all at the same time. And she asks, how are we using AI right now? And he's like, mostly to create cool images like this, which is true. We're still at the beginning of the whole AI bubble. So, I don't even want to hit the bubble. We're just at the beginning of AI getting integrated. So it is funny. Like, people are talking about, oh, it could do all this stuff. And really what we're doing is we're creating cheetahs wearing jetpacks and Ninja Turtles and stuff. So, all right. So we're moving on here. Did a video on this. You can watch this. I explain basically what we just went through right now. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to drink some more coffee here. All right, so Google is making AI agents part of your everyday life. Google Cloud has launched Gemini Enterprise, a new platform it calls the new front door for AI in the workplace. Thomas Kurian, CEO of Google Cloud, never heard of him, I'm sure he has a ton of money, introduced the new offering, explaining that as customers move beyond simple building applications with AI, the company saw them advancing to build agents. Gemini Enterprise is Google's answer to this evolution, bundling its entire AI stack into a cohesive user experience that allows Developers and businesses users like to build agents with no code workbench. Platforms built on 6 core components. Okay, blah blah blah. Bottom line is AI agents are the future. This is the Cylons. Okay, if you guys know who the Cylons are. These are the Cylons, okay? That's Battlestar Galactica. But the Cylons are here, and they're making it so that we can create our own Cylons as well. And hey, listen, AI agents are awesome. I use them quite regularly. Now, they're not perfect, but they really do a lot of good stuff. It's kind of like ChatGPT. You know, sometimes ChatGPT is excellent. You're like, you're singing its praises, and other times you're like, you're the stupidest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. And I've dealt with some stupid stuff. So Google agents are like that. Sometimes they just knock it out of the ballpark, and other times you want to knock them out of the ballpark. But you know, bottom line is Google is getting in on the place of free AI agents. So do it up. All right. Okay, 9-layer Nige is over here wanting me to remind you about the pumpkin challenge. So I'm going to see if I can get a screen over here so that you guys can see this really quick. I'm going to try to get you over to my Discord so you can see the Discord. Give me just a second. Let's use this. We're going to, I'm giving you a little peek at what we're going to be looking at later. Let's see if we can use this. All right, here's a little peek at the Discord. So, gosh, man, it makes these new windows come up, and they're astronomically large. Okay, so every week we have a different challenge that we like to do, and 9 has been taking care of that. So this week the challenge is, I think if we go over here to challenge info, you can get the new challenge. It says include what models methods you use to create your My Pumpkin. The challenge theme is just My Pumpkin. All right. And then there's always a little click. You can click there. It takes you over there. And then you can see some of the stuff we've done in the past here, up here. Okay. News, ball cards, this kind of stuff. Here's one of the ones I made. Basically what you do is you just make your video and then put what you use to create it. So I made this one using what we just looked at, that WAN 2.1 Rapid. This is really good. I think this is from Feta. But I think he used an online one on. No, he did WAN 2.2 text to video. So that's actually really good. There was another one that I did. It's on this baby theme. 9 did this. I think this is really good. Oh, pumpkin. All right, so that's pretty good. He used Quinn2509, obviously for the imaging, and then he used image to video, and then first, last frame. So he probably made a couple of videos and put in this. So, anyway, so come be part of this. Come put your stuff in there, and when we get enough people in here, we are going to have rewards. Okay, we're actually going to start giving stuff away. So get involved with that. Speaking of which, this Christmas time, we're getting into the winter time. This is going to be such a good time to really buddy up and to start working together. I'll tell you what, last year around Christmas time, New Year's, that was when me and the mods really bonded, spent a lot of time just building stuff. And I'm looking forward to that again this year. So be sure to pop in and start building stuff with us. And honestly, I want to give away some swag. If you notice on the website, I've got t-shirts and hats and stuff like this. You guys should be buying good, get going fast t-shirts and stuff. But anyway, I want to give away a hat or something this winter. So let's get involved in, get involved in these competitions, this and that. And like I said, when we get enough people that are in there, then swag starts goes. We're gonna start throwing out swag. So all right, let's go on and finish out. Let's get out of Discord. Oh, by the way, on a total absolute side note, over here on Reddit, I reached my 365 straight days. So if you're wondering what's wrong with me, this is it. I literally have been on Reddit for 365 days straight. So longer than that, but like every day posting or doing something. So I made this silly thing here. So that's a pat on the back or a sob in your beer. All right, let's move on though. All right, so OpenAI, this was big news. OpenAI says it will move to allow smut. Now, this was a funny article. I'm not going to go through the article because I go through it in depth in this video. This is more like an opinion piece that we got going on here. But basically, OpenAI is going to allow you to do naked girls, okay? And I'll tell you what, I will say that right now, ChatGPT is so obnoxious because if there is anything that hints of impropriety, or not even impropriety, just prudery, it will flag it. So like you're like a guy holds a girl, they embrace, and it'll be like, I can't do that. Okay, and then you're like, oh my god, just do it in a way that you can do it. And it's like, okay, well, I'll do it in a way I can do it. And you're like, okay. And the bottom line is they're going to allow you to do nudes on OpenAI, and that's great because I don't need to do like big nasty stuff. Well, all the time, but I don't need to do big nasty stuff. Sometimes I do want like the barbarian girl that's wearing the leather armor, that shows her belly, and it won't do that. And so the bottom line is less corporate restrictions, the best. And I do go in there and I talk about this a bit more in depth. I think the culture is totally sex saturated, and we don't necessarily need more adult stuff in this world, but it's just the way stuff is, and I think companies should be allowed to do that. And for the truth of the matter is if you want to do it, you should be able to do it. And there are still guardrails. We live in a place where even though we believe that people should have freedom of speech and freedom of expression, that there's still guardrails. There's still things that you cannot do, that if you do on my side, I'm going to kick your ass out because it's disgusting and you shouldn't be doing it. And all of us have that. So it's actually, on a side note, it's something that's called the Overton window. It's generally, think of this window, and everything within this is what's acceptable stuff in society. Okay, so there is bounds on the outside of it that are not. And so what happens is this Overton window gets made really small, so then the appropriate things to talk about become really small. We all experienced that the last several years with all the woke nonsense and this and that. Like, you couldn't say just anything without offending, and this and that. You can't say this, and that's where thought control and speech control comes in, is that Overton window gets really small. And so anyway, the Overton window is stretching and back out again. And of course, people that are into social control, they'd never like that because they want to control. They want to control every molecule. And so when it opens up, they're like, oh, so you just want to allow all this, and you want to allow that, and it's like, no, jerk off. All we want to do, you made it so small that no one can do anything anymore. All we want to do is open it back up to just normal talk. But of course, proponents of that are going to use attacks to say, like, well, you just want to allow it all. They take it to the extreme. If you want a little, then you want it all. Well, F those guys, okay? The bottom line is, what I see with this is I see an opening up a couple different things. I'm not saying this is noble, but I am saying that it does show that the tech bros are getting out of the business of corporate censorship, as they should be, and let the market sort itself out. The market, if McDonald's starts sexualizing stuff, people will stop going to McDonald's, okay? And they will change, okay? If you have a company that starts to sexualize stuff and people think it's fine within the context of that business, the business will grow and it can go. So you have different companies, different things, everything will blend out. The bottom line is that you don't want a bar on every corner, but bars should be able to exist. Okay. And that's kind of that. All right, we're going to move on here to some older stuff here. Let's take a look at the comments and check in our Wacky Races here really quick. Mike K. I used to live in Guildford. Okay, I don't know. That must be an English thing. Maybe I don't know what Guildford is. All right. Where is Guildford? BGG says Quinn is really fast. Frankly, doesn't touch flex context for quality and variety. Yeah, it's so funny. You know, the space moves so fast that flex context really is not that long ago, but it feels like it's like so far beyond behind. And I'm always wanting to give you guys like the newest stuff. And so just the other day, I gave someone flex context. And I was like, am I giving them old technology? And it's like, no, it's like a month or two ago, and it's still great. Okay. Yes, BG points it out. Yeah, we're going to confuse Gary with our English chat. Absolutely. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, Guildford and all this stuff. Although I lived in India. I lived in the Commonwealth for a long time. I lived in India for 3 years. I was in South Africa for like 7 or 8. I feel like longer, like long time. Lived amongst the Commonwealth for a long time. So I don't go to the gas station. I go to the petrol bunk still. You know, you need a battery, you need a cell, right? Flashlight. I still ask for a torch. So I get some of these English things, but not all of them. Ooh, t-shirts and hats. Cool. That's what Mike K says. Guildford is not in Wilts. It's in Surrey. Okay. Stop the censorship. I'm in Kingston, just down from Guildford. All right. So this is all the Palmies. Where's Nige? Maybe you guys should get together and have like a get going fast pub night or something like that. We could live stream you guys in the pub drinking a English pint. Okay, let's check the Wacky Races really quickly and see where we are at over here. Let's browser it up. Okay, top fans. Are you guys ready? Whoa, Mike K has popped back into the Boulder Mobile. Honestly, this has been a wild race. BGG came out strong. Okay. I'm shocked that 9-layer Nige has moved up to number 2. He's running the creepy coop. Okay. And BGG is now rolling at number 3 with the converter car. And we've, of course, got AI Simple Tech. Just popped in the once, but long enough just to register. So, guys, if you're listening, pop in once and you will get in on the charts. I'm actually thinking about listing the winners of this, by the way, each week if you want to do that. And actually, you know what we could do is you can put your ego pages. You guys heard me talk about ego pages before. So, like the place where you post your stuff. Maybe that could be kind of a simple reward. Each week, I post the results of the Wacky Races. And the top 3 can have, I'll give you a spot to post a video or something like that. So suddenly the stakes have gone a little higher. All right. Yeah, UK. Someone says all UK contestants is what Mike says. And yes, it's true. Like UK is owning the Wacky Races this week. Okay, so update to virtual try-on. Now, this app is a year old, okay? This is one of the first apps that we started working with. Actually, when I first started it was a different version of this. And then this is what I call the full wardrobe edition. So you can put a girl, you can try on a bikini. You can try a guy in a bikini, whatever. Like the other one was a little bit more censored. So you can try more of a variety of clothes on different people here. So this app, I don't know that this app will work straight out of the repo. So if you go to, I think this one was called Cat VTON GitHub. If you go over to here and try to just install it, notice see it's all last year, 10 months ago, 8 months ago. I'm not convinced this will work straight out of the repo. So what I did is I went ahead and made sure it works. Hey, and it did take me a little while. It took me half a day to get this fixed. It does work on the 50 series. I've tested it on the 50 series. A guy named Papa Nerd. Hey, Papa, if you're listening, thanks. He always donates his GPU for me to work on, so I appreciate that. If you guys ever have that, I'm always looking for systems, especially with 50s cards that I can try this stuff on. So if you want to get on with some of that, that's great. I appreciate it. Anyway, cool app. And I was kind of surprised that it, again, like I just said, a lot of times what happens is this stuff comes out and it's the things move so fast. You're like, well, that was a year ago. That must be garbage by now. And I was kind of thinking the same thing about this because someone was trying to install this, and I was like, uh-oh, I still have this on the Get Going Fast site, and it's not going to work, and it's not even that great of app. And I got looking at it, and I was like, actually, this is actually pretty good still. By today's standards, it's still good. It still works fairly fast, and I was able to fix it. Now, obviously, things like context are gonna, in the long run, things like context and all that stuff is gonna be better. Okay, your Quinn 2059 edit's gonna be better, but for a standalone app, this still works quite good. Not perfect, but in fact, I think over on the Discord, let me switch over to Discord here really again. I'm gonna look for oh, here we go. Yeah, so that's too funny. So over here, so I've got Get Going Fast swag, got the t-shirts, the mugs, all this good stuff. Which you guys should buy one, okay? But these images here were made with virtual try-on. So I haven't. Oh, I really like this T-shirt, by the way. This is probably my favorite one here. That's a great T-shirt right there. Maybe I'll get one of those, and we can give one of those away for Christmas too. But that's a great T-shirt. Anyway, these images here were made with virtual try-on. So still a great app, okay? And I think still definitely worth the time. So I was actually quite proud to get back up there. And the truth of the matter is, I think people really like standalone apps. We get so caught up in the comfy UI stuff, and it's great, but it's like we just get into this bubble where we can't get out of. And I will talk about here in just a second. We're almost done here. I'm going to get into the future stuff. I want to start focusing a bit more on standalone apps. I'm hoping to. Okay, I keep getting pulled back into Comfy UI, but I've had a good response to this because people would like to just load stuff up. Speaking of which, this Joy Caption Beta 1, someone pointed this out. Joy Caption's great. This, again, another one of my apps that I worked on like over a year ago. One of my first apps, one of my first loves. And you throw in an image and it gives you a description, right, of what it is. And of course, this is great for using with WAN 2.2 if you want to recreate an image or you want to do something. But really, the big boys, what they're using this kind of stuff for is LoRa training. So you can actually throw in a bunch of images and actually get stuff for tagging for creating your own personal LoRa's. Now, they're also in here is it's all under this caption type here. I don't have this loaded up, but you can also use this for descriptive stuff. So like if you got a bunch of product that you're trying to get a descriptions for, like a lovely, jade necklace with a silver, blah, 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 blah. This can actually do that too for your online stores. And this is a standalone app. Okay, so this is one you load it up, click it, and it will actually load up outside of Comfy UI. Now, the person that wrote this, it says they're using, they must be using PyEdit. So it's a little bit different than what you're used to with our apps. But this is really great. I'm really pleased with this as well. You can obviously get all these. You can get this at vton.getgoingfast.pro. You can get this at joycaption.getgoingfast.pro, which, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, if you are trying to help somebody to find an app or you're looking for one yourself, try naming the app and then putting .getgoingfast.pro, and very likely it's on the site. Okay, and I think that is it for the week in review. So we're going to look a little bit forward to the what's coming up, stuff I've been working on. Again, if any of you guys want to work on like giving me some sort of intro, like boom, 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 what's coming up or something like that, I'll throw it into these things. Great little splash screen. Really quick before we go on here, I think we'll wrap it up in the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see what everyone's saying. 9 says, I've been grinding away making Wish Keeper Part 2. Yes, okay, there you go. Good. We've been waiting for it. And it's busting my butt and getting frustrated trying to progress. Hope to get it done by the end of the week. Okay. Dude, for all the people that say like AI is just, it's not artistry. They couldn't do this stuff. Okay. It takes a very long time. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of technical expertise to make this stuff. Guaranteed, anything over a minute is taking a long time to make, which I don't make it. I don't have the patience to make long videos, but guys like Nige are, and Cortison, Coon Grizzly, he makes great stuff too. And I know it takes these guys weeks sometimes to get stuff done. So really good. Okay. So Mike K pops in. Anyone checked out the Marble AI demo? No, I haven't. I guess let's do a quick search for that. Marble AI, AI research, Marble AI, persistent. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff that I'm typically going to look at and then pass on because I can't run it local. Demo. Let's see. Coming soon. Persistent 3D worlds. At some point, they've just got to get to a point where we can have more VRAM. Apply for Marble AI preview access to generate persistent 3D worlds. So, Mike, do you have a link for us? Maybe I'm not seeing a link. I don't want to click on another YouTube video because I don't want to get hit for stealing their intellectual property. Anyway, so okay, we'll keep our eye on that. Okay, let's focus here quickly on what's coming up. So, as I mentioned, I'm working more on standalone apps, getting us back into doing Gradio stuff that people can do. I tell you what I've been working on the last couple of days, and it's kicking my butt, is trying to just get like WAN 2.2 to run in a Gradio app and not just Comfy UI. And I know that it can be done, but I'm sitting here and I'm looking at other apps that do it, and I'm trying to figure out how they've done it. And it's really difficult. But what would be great is if we could get a way that all these models, instead of having like one, we have all these like, hey, do this one or this one, this one. What about one simple app for each one? You go, hey, you want to try WAN 2.2? Bam, there it is. Load it up, and it's outside of Comfy UI. You just try it. I was going to show you this other model here. I think it's called Parthogenesis. And it's great. It's a WAN 2.2 variation. I don't understand exactly. Not understand. I haven't bothered to look and see exactly what it is. It's probably another baked model, but the point is that it does good videos fast. And oh, I've already got it. Got it running over here. So like stuff like that. Then you say, here's your WAN 2.2, one app. Here's Parthogenesis, one app. Just simple. And I think that a lot of people, because you got to remember, it's funny. I know like as a lot of you guys come in here and you don't know a lot. Let's say when you start, and then what's cool is as you hang out with me here at Get Going Fast, you get better. And it was funny is my teaching kind of stays the same because I really for getting people into the hobby, explaining on a bottom level. And then you guys kind of get up here and it's like my teaching doesn't always trace all the way up with you guys because I'm keeping it down here at the accessible level. For the entry people, which is why I rely on you guys to come hang out on the Discord and hang out on things like this, so that then you can explain as you're getting higher up, and then as other, like we're all on a ladder, right? Everyone's on some step on a ladder, and we're helping the person below us, and looking for help to the person above us. Okay, and I'm like the guy's like, hey, everyone, let's get on the ladder. Now, that being said, as obviously as we get more involved in this, Comfy UI becomes the kind of go-to app. It's like it's good. It's the powerhouse. But there's so many people, there's tens of thousands of people out there that just want to click on stuff and get it going. And so we want to be able to create stuff for them too. So that's kind of what I'm working on with these standalone apps. All right, now last thing here, I'm going to show you. I think this is going to be probably our next video. Getting back to where to go. Getting back to our first love over here with I think it's this one. With our chatbots. So if you guys remember or have been around, chatbots is actually my thing, right? Everyone has their thing that they like the most. I like chatbots the most, but I don't get very much time to work with them because I'm stuck doing all this video and image stuff. Trying to play the never-ending chase your tail game with Comfy UI. But one of the first things that I did when I started this site, this company, I mean, this is my company, okay? This Cogni Build, this is my business, my full-time job. When I started this, teaching how to do llama.cpp was one of the first things that I taught, because it's so cool. You're like, from the command line, you're able to actually chat bot with it on the command line. You're able to do a bunch of tags, and that really kicks into my I'm not a hacker. I'm never cool enough or smart enough to do it, but like, you grow up kind of in awe of that culture, and so it kind of scratches that itch. And honestly, when I started computers, it was all command line. So I still like playing games that are ASCII, have ASCII characters and stuff like that. So llama.cpp is great, and we're going to go over how to reinstall it because they keep changing it. It keeps getting different. So my videos on how to install it in the past are still great, but they're outdated, and so I need to update it. So I'm going to work on that. Also, what we've done here, I'm going to do another video on how to run Joy Caption through llama.cpp. So as you can see here, I was able to throw in, I think I threw in, let's see, that command. And it gave out this output. This is a close-up photo of a young man with a serious expression. He has light skin, brown eyes, long brown hair that is slightly tousled. He's wearing a black baseball cap, pinkish orange brim, which is slightly tilted forward. His face features are clearly visible. So I threw in an image, and it got the text stuff. Now, this is great because you can throw it into apps. You can program with it a lot easier, okay? So, for instance, over on the Discord, we're going to pop back to the Discord here. If we go back to here, sorry, just 1 second. God, why does it keep doing that? All right. So over here, we have on the Discord channel, I have the mom bot, okay? And she pops in every once in a while. And what I was able to do using llama.cpp is make it so that she can recognize images, right? So like I threw in this, Mom, tell me what makes this funny. And then she, she's got her own personality, right? So she goes, oh, sweetie, it's funny because your grandfather, my ex-husband. So she just made that up, but she's assuming this is the whatever, was talking about getting me to join Reddit. So she caught that it's Reddit when I was younger and more into the tech world stuff. He thought it would be a fun hobby we could do together. We never ended up doing it though. Maybe he'd be proud knowing one of his grandkids got so involved with the community and earned a special award for 365 days straight. So she was able to incorporate this into the conversation. And that was all by using, and there it is again. Look at that. It was all by using llama.cpp and just having it hit the model. So that's kind of exciting. So I'm kind of playing with that, getting back to my earlier stuff that I enjoy. So we'll be doing a video on that. Okay, we're going to wrap it up here quick. So if you guys want to get in really quick, you probably got about 1 minute to get in on the Wacky Races. We are coming down to the wire. Okay, so this is the final push on the race. Okay, so make it up there. I think let's, I'm going to try to give you just a few seconds more to get in with some comments. Oh, wow. Last second, your commander pops in and says, thanks for the tutorials. And you're absolutely welcome, guy. Good to have you here. Made it into the Wacky Races last second. Guys, if you're listening and you want to get on the races, get in. I'm going to give your commander here some hundreds and a little bit of those. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you, Commander. Think about joining the star members here, and we'll give you hats off every time you pop up as well. Okay. Again, we're probably down to about 30 seconds here before I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to see if there's any more videos to show you that I haven't showed you. All I've got is Ninja Turtles and Taylor Swift stuff. Oh, those robot stuff. I'm just looking at videos here too. I forgot. So I think Nige made this for me. I'm going to show you this really quickly. This is too funny. Let's pop this over into here. I'd forgotten about this. This is so funny. And I think there was music to it too. Yes. So haters will say it's not real, right? Love it though. That's funny. I need to actually do something with that. So Nige, thanks again for that. I believe that was from you. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and call it. Let's go ahead and check the results of the Wacky Races. Let's pop over to here. And what do we have? What do we have? Mike K comes in at number 1. Mike K rocks in with the Boulder, the Boulder Mobile. Good job, Mike. Congratulations. If you want to send me your link to something you want me to promote, I will promote it as the winner. 9-layer Nige comes in as number 2 with the Creepy Coupe. BGG comes in with the converter car. So you three guys, if you got links that you want me to link to, I will put them in the description of the thing as the winner. So from now on, top 3 winners can put links in there, okay? And it was a good fight. I would tell you what, these guys were going back and forth. It was great. So your commander popped in at the last second. Good job, your commander. You get the Crimson Hay Baler at number 4. Good job. And AI, wait, where did we go? Oh, there we go. Simple Tech AI comes in number 4 with the Compact Pussycat. So good job, guys, with that. Another successful Wacky Race. Okay, well, I think we're going to end it there. So you guys have a good rest of your day. Little side note I'm thinking of adding here, guys. If you're talking to people that are having problems with their apps, one of the things I want to say, check their Python. Okay, this little end note here. A lot of people have problems with apps that aren't running, especially if they get like Onyx runtime errors and stuff. A lot of times they're running Python 3.13 or 3.12. Make sure that their systems are seeing Python 3.10, and you will be a good helper to your fellow community members. All right, good to see you guys. Have a good rest of your week. We'll catch up with you. We'll think about doing another live stream later this week. I'd like to do more if we can get more people involved. Have some more practical hands-on stuff. So, All right. Good to see you guys. Be good to each other, and we will catch up with you, I guess, on the other side. So, yo.